Imagine being subjected to extreme psychological conditioning, forced to undergo hypnosis, and made to commit acts against your will. Welcome to the world of MKUltra, a CIA program so sinister, it's been shrouded in secrecy for decades. But what really happened? The CIA's MKUltra program was officially launched on April 13, 1953, under the direction of Allen Dulles, with the aim of developing techniques to control the human mind. The program was born out of the CIA's fear of communism and the perceived threat of mind control techniques being used by the Soviet Union. But as we delve deeper, you'll realize that the truth behind MKUltra is far more complex and disturbing than you ever imagined. One of the key players in the MKUltra program was Dr. Sidney Gottlieb, a chemist who headed the CIA's Technical Services Division. Gottlieb was responsible for developing the infamous truth serum and other mind-altering substances used in the program. But what's even more shocking is that Gottlieb's experiments didn't just stop at willing participants. He also tested these substances on unwitting civilians, including mentally ill patients and even his own colleagues. But that's not all, as we'll see in the next part. The CIA's reach went far beyond the confines of their own facilities. The MKUltra program involved a wide range of experiments, from hypnosis and sensory deprivation to the use of LSD and other hallucinogenic substances. One of the most notorious experiments was the sleep room program, where patients were kept in a state of prolonged sedation for weeks or even months. But what's even more chilling is that these experiments were often conducted without the knowledge or consent of the participants. The CIA worked with universities, hospitals, and even prisons to recruit test subjects, often targeting vulnerable populations like the mentally ill and minority groups. But as we'll see, the consequences of these experiments were devastating, and the CIA's cover-up would lead to a trail of deaths and destruction. One of the most infamous MKUltra experiments took place at McGill University in Montreal, Canada, under the direction of Dr. Ewan Cameron. Cameron's experiments involved using LSD, hypnosis, and other techniques to erase the memories of his patients and reprogram their minds. But what's even more shocking is that Cameron's experiments were funded by the CIA, and the agency had direct access to his research and findings. The consequences of these experiments were catastrophic, with many patients suffering from permanent psychological damage. But as we'll see, the CIA's involvement in these experiments went far beyond just funding. They were actively involved in the research and even used the findings for their own nefarious purposes. As the MKUltra program began to unravel, the CIA launched a massive cover-up to conceal their involvement. Documents were destroyed, witnesses were silenced, and the program was officially shut down in 1973. But the legacy of MKUltra lives on, with many of its experiments and techniques still shrouded in secrecy. In 1977, the New York Times published an exposé on the program, revealing the shocking truth about the CIA's mind control experiments. But as we'll see, the truth is even more complex and sinister than we ever imagined. The CIA's involvement in MKUltra was just the tip of the iceberg, and the real story is far more disturbing. The MKUltra program has had a lasting impact on American history, with many of its experiments and techniques still being used today. The program's legacy can be seen in the CIA's ongoing involvement in psychological warfare and mind control operations. But as we delve deeper, we'll see that the truth about MKUltra is far more complex and disturbing than we ever imagined. The program's experiments and techniques have been linked to some of the most infamous crimes in American history, including the JFK assassination and the Jonestown massacre. But as we'll see in the final part, the most shocking truth about MKUltra is yet to come. Despite the CIA's claims that the MKUltra program was shut down in 1973, many believe that the program continues to this day. The CIA has never fully disclosed the extent of their involvement in the program, and many documents remain classified. But one thing is certain, the legacy of MKUltra serves as a chilling reminder of the dangers of government secrecy and the importance of holding those in power accountable. As we conclude our journey into the world of MKUltra, we're left with more questions than answers. What really happened to the participants in the program? What secrets is the CIA still hiding? And what's the true extent of their involvement in mind control operations? The truth, much like the CIA's secrets, remains shrouded in mystery.